Hi, everyone. My name is Dana, and this is episode 34 of the Ask a Question Show, the show in which you ask a question about any type of narcissistic or otherwise abusive or toxic relationship or situation, and I, along with the rest of the community here, will do our very best to help answer it. Our goal is to give you the feedback and the support that you need so that you can move forward in getting the clarity, the closure, and the healing that you so deserve. And so today's question comes from Anonymous, and Anonymous asks, how can you tell if you are with a manipulative person? Okay, fantastic question. Well, manipulative people have manipulative behavior. And so, what is manipulative behavior? Well, manipulative behavior is any type of, you know, behavior that a person has that is designed for them to really get their way. So, it's a lot of stuff that doesn't line up on the surface. So they're basically they're saying what they need to say, they're doing what they need to do in order to get what they want. And so this is, you see a lot of like actions that don't match up with words, or words that don't match up with actions. There's often manipulation, depending on which degree to which, what degree it's generally involves a lot of lying. Definitely a lot of spinning the truth. So there's maybe six main ways that manipulative behavior kind of comes across. And the first way is squirrely. So it comes across as really odd behavior. And again, keeping in mind that manipulative people come in all different roles in our lives, right? They can be a parent, a child, a significant other. They can be a coworker, a neighbor, a member of the church, kind of you name it. They're a friend. They're out there. So different, of course, depending on what role they have in your life and kind of what they're after is going to determine what kind of behaviors that you're seeing. So, in like a significant other type dynamic, it's going to be a lot of stuff, maybe like probably, well, and I should say manipulative behavior really breaks down into like two main categories, especially when we're talking about relationships with like significant others. And it tends to revolve around cheating and finances. So, cheating behavior, kind of squirrely stuff like that. It's going to be, friending a lot of people of the opposite sex. Of course, this is going to depend on your sexual orientation, right? But friending a lot of people of the opposite sex, or kind of attractive people that you're not aware of, and then they're, that's kind of weird. Or they're going to be having their cell phone with them at all times, even when they're in the shower, even when they're sleeping. They, maybe are all of a sudden you notice a change in the way that they're dressing. They're dressing, all of a sudden they're working out all the time. They're really trying to look good, kind of stuff like that, and it's not necessarily like just because the person goes to a gym makes them cheating, right? Or a cheater. It's kind of just a combination of behavior where you're like, that's really random. That's out of the ordinary. Stuff's not lining up. Again, it's a lot of stuff that maybe could be true, but it just seems off. So the second part of this is no accountability. So if you bring up to them, hey, I think it's really weird that you're taking your cell phone with you, you're sleeping with the cell phone in your pocket, or you're putting your cell phone underneath your pillow at night, or you've changed your access code on it, or you put an access code on your phone, those kinds of things. Like, I think that's weird. Then if they spin it back on you and they make it seem like, well, you're the one with the trust issue, you're the one with the problem, there's no accountability for, yeah, that's weird behavior, then there's potentially a problem. So it's always, and this can even go as far as like if they actually get caught cheating, or they get caught embezzling money from their business, or they get caught lying on their taxes, they get caught draining a bank account or charging up debt or that kind of stuff. There's always an excuse as to why they had to do it. And again, like that lack of accountability, or they might just simply just play stupid. I've seen this a lot where it's like, well, I didn't know I was flirting, or really, that's, and it's like, of course they know exactly what they're doing. We all know when we're flirting, right? Or we know when we're, doing certain things. So don't buy into, oh, well, they just don't know better, because if they knew better, then they would do better. No, that's a manipulation. If you're having to explain kind of the fundamentals of adult behavior to an adult, then that's a problem. Okay. So the third part of that is because things aren't adding up, and because now they're probably saying that it's your fault or her fault or his fault or their addiction's fault, or they were drunk, or they lost their, there's always this excuse, that then most people tend to start questioning things, and then they turn to friends and family or Google or YouTube trying to seek out answers. Well, is this normal behavior, and what's he really up to, and should I trust him, or is this weird, or and there's just kind of this confusion, because it's weird, but it's your brain, you're not wanting to see it, for you're wanting to excuse this behavior, you're wanting to hope that this person's not doing what you most likely they are doing, right? So that's kind of, it can causes a lot of confusion. And again, there's a pattern too of behavior that doesn't change. So you can bring up the fact that, hey, this is really strange. You're taking your phone with you all the time. You're, friending all these people on Facebook. You're going on vacations to, strange places, or you're just kind of, you're doing weird things. So your behavior is not, and then I'm bringing it up to you. You're saying that it's my fault or somebody else's fault, but then the behavior still does not change. Normal people that are not manipulative generally have a true, sincere desire to actually have a relationship with somebody. They realize that means compromise. They want their partner to feel secure and loved. And so most people, will try to clear up any misunderstandings or any confusions. They don't have a problem with being like, oh, wait, what? No, like I just, I had my phone with me in the shower because I like to listen to music on it, or, whatever. They're able to kind of give an explanation for it, or they're willing to, if it's a small behavior change, they're okay with making that behavior change. They own that behavior. They don't want to make their partner uncomfortable. They don't, certain things like befriending the opposite sex or hiding your phone should not be worth losing your relationship over if you're in a relationship with a healthy, normal, decent human being. So if they're not willing, they'd rather be friends with total strangers on Facebook and like risk your marriage, then again, there's a problem there, right? Also, the whole kind of, again, confusion, is it me or is it him? Kind of who has this problem here? Do I have issues with trust? Do I have issues with men? Do I have issues with commitment? Or issues with women, kind of whatever your gender is. And then the last one is the ever-changing truth. So odds are kind of squirrely behavior eventually does erupt into problematic behavior, right? You find out for sure that they are having an affair, or that they are stealing money, or that there is legitimate stuff going on there. And then again, they're going to be blaming the other woman, the other man, there's no sunspots, like there's no shortage of excuses that these people come up with. But the truth is ever changing. It's sort of like they will only ever admit to what you found out. And so the more you find out, the more they can't deny it. Okay, then they'll admit to that amount. And then they'll have a bunch of excuses as to why that had to happen. They might even say that they're sorry, or kind of give lip service to kind of some sort of excuse as to what was going on in their life, that they'll change, or that they're really sorry, whatever. And then like you find out a little bit more, and then it's just kind of more excuses and lies and justifications and blame and this, and then it just keeps going until enough of the truth is found out that they can't keep spinning it. But however, keep in mind, with a manipulative person, you will never have the whole truth with anything. All you will really ever know is what you find out, which again, it's, kind of this uphill battle with finding things out, and then, hard facts, and then showing them the facts. And then even still, I mean, it's not common for manipulative people to have the mindset of, well, what are you going to believe, me or your own eyes? Which again is another added layer of craziness, because then victims do start to really question their sanity, and they think, well, maybe I did hear that message wrong, or maybe I didn't see that text message, maybe I'm remembering things wrong, right? And that's really common. But again, the truth is this person's highly manipulative. And the hardest part is, because you will never have 100% truth, you have to be okay with letting go of the idea of getting 100% truth, because you won't ever have it. So you have to have an idea of kind of what's deal breaker behavior for you, and being okay with just not knowing, and just walking away. And sometimes, I mean, for me now at this point in my life, if there's confusion about stuff, like instantly, if I can't clear that up in a very short amount of time, I'm talking like a day, then I'm done. Like, I just am done. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not dealing with confusing or squirrely behavior. For me, it's a real trigger if I start asking friends or family or going to YouTube or thinking or journaling about behavior, like, is this normal? Is it not? Is it me? Is it him? To me, that's a really red flag that at a minimum, there's a huge breakdown of communication, which is still very problematic. Like, you can't have a relationship with a person if there's not communication. Or at the worst, I'm being manipulated, right? So either way I look at it, I lose. So it's a game that I am choosing not to play. So that's kind of my whole take on it. I will be curious to know what everybody else has to say. Please comment down below if you've experienced something like this and kind of what you do and how you now identify manipulative people and manipulative behavior. So that's what I got for you today. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. As usual, any questions, comments, concerns, frustrations, feedback, insights, ideas, you need some support, you just want to say hi, contact me. Info for my support group is down below. And as always, you guys are not alone. You're not crazy, and you really can move forward in healing from this. So take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.